I hope you guys are all doing well. Today's activity is designed for preschoolers or toddlers or really just anyone who's looking to improve their fine motor skills. It's a super simple activity. It really requires no setup. So let's get started. So basically, parents, what you're going to do is you're going to take an item like a toy or a piece of food that your child really wants. So I'm going to pretend that my student really wants this blue marker, okay? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a container or something and have the child focus on learning how to open it. So here's a Tupperware. I'm going to put the toy inside. I'm going to cover it loosely, and I'm going to say, open. I'm going to give it to the child. Obviously, if they've never opened a Tupperware before, I'm going to guide their hand over to where the tab is, and I might do hand over hand to help them pull the lid open. And so they get their toy or their snack or whatever it is. If it's the first time opening Tupperware, obviously put the top on really loosely so they don't get too frustrated. Once they get the motion of it, go ahead and push the Tupperware lid down a little bit tighter so they really have to get that movement correct. And really this is working their fine motor skills, but it's also working their bilateral coordination because one hand has to stabilize the Tupperware while the other hand has to open it. So this is an example of using our hands together in a coordinated fashion to get what we want. And this is just a super easy activity that really requires very little setup that helps your child challenge their fine motor skills and bilateral coordination. So once they get the Tupperware down, we can change it to a different type of container. So we could even do a Ziploc bag. So you could take the toy or the piece of food, put it in a Ziploc bag, close it up, and give it to your child and say, open. Here, again, close it very loosely if this is the first time that they've ever opened a bag by themselves. Guide one hand with their pincher fingers on one side of the bag, guide the other hand on this side of the bag, and do hand over hand and say, open, and help them open to get their toy out. Again, this is going to require some practice, so keep putting items and toys in that they want because then they'll actually be motivated to participate. If you put something boring inside or something not motivating inside, they're not going to challenge their skills and they're not going to try to open the bag. So you can use a Ziploc bag, you can use a Tupperware. I really like tinfoil. If you have tinfoil at your house, you take the toy or the cookie or whatever, close it up in tinfoil, and say open, and this really works fine motor skills because they have to figure out how exactly to open the tinfoil, and they really have to use their hands together. And it's kind of fun because they can pretend that they're opening up a present. So there's tinfoil. We can even practice zippers. So putting the toy in a bag, could be your purse or a pencil case, whatever it is, closing up the bag, and then teaching them how to open with the zipper. So basically stabilizing the bag with one hand, doing hand over hand, guiding their fingers to the zipper, and teaching them how to pull, okay, to retrieve the toy or item inside. Zippering is very tricky at first for kiddos, so really providing them with the hand over hand to get it, and really sitting behind them and closing these fingers so they're really only using these pincher fingers to grab the zipper. So I always sit behind, and when they're doing like a whole-handed thing, I just sit behind them and I curl these fingers in, and I help them, and I say, pinch, 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 and then at first I might be holding the bag, so all they have to do is just pull. But gradually, as they get this motion, this zipping motion, then I take their other hand and I have them hold the bag while they zip and unzip. So really just figuring out what level your kid is at is awesome. If you have leftover jars, food jars, this is a leftover peanut butter jar, you can have your child practice simple rotation. So put the toy inside, simple rotation to open it up and retrieving it. Again, you're going to want to provide hand over hand assistance and show them the motion. This is a trickier movement. So this one, simple rotation emerges a little bit later, but it's always good to practice young. So yeah, So those are some quick and easy fine motor bilateral coordination activities you can do at home with just everyday supplies that you already have. So shoot me an email if you have any questions, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye. Stay safe.